Hi everyone. After sharing my nutritious moong dal ladoo recipe with you, I am back with yet another healthy, nutritious Diwali treat. Roasted, low-oil Poha Chivda. A crunchy, gluten-free snack that will nicely balance the sweet taste of all the other Diwali goodies. It's light and non-oily and will stay crisp for long. And believe me, it's so tasty you won't be able to stop snacking on it. What's more, you could make it in just around 15 minutes. Now let me show you how. Mine is not only a low oil recipe, many of the steps too are different. You'll see as we go along. We'll start by dry roasting 2 teaspoons of dhania seeds and 2 teaspoons of cumin seeds on medium-low heat for around 2 minutes or till they just start changing color and become crisp. This is the first step towards preparing a homemade spice mix or masala for the chivda. To make the chivda, you could use a wok like this or a kadai or a pan, but see that it is thick-walled. This is well roasted and we'll now let it cool. In the meanwhile, let's sift our star ingredient, thin pohe. This is 250 grams or 4.5 cups. And you could use either a sieve or a strainer for sifting it. The sifting will help remove any dirt or fine poha particles from the poha. Now that we are done with the sifting, we'll turn back to preparing our special spice mix or masala. To this grinder jar, I'll add the roasted dhania and jeera, 1.5 tablespoons of granulated sugar, half a teaspoon of black salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of regular salt, 1 teaspoon chaat masala, 1.5 teaspoons amchur powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of chili powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of hing or asafoetida. I'll grind this and be back. Here's our tasty homemade spice mix. Next, let's dry roast the poha on medium-low heat for the first 2 minutes and then on low heat for the next 4 to 5 minutes. We are using 2 spoons because when the poha starts becoming crisp, it could start crumbling and we don't want that. As soon as you can crush the poha like this easily, stop roasting it and remove it to a wide plate or parat so it can cool down fast. The poha will become even crisper as it cools. In the same wok, I'll now start heating around 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm going to retain 1 tablespoon in this 1/4 cup measure and use it later on only if we need to. Remember I told you we are doing things differently? You might have seen chivda recipes where the different ingredients that go into the chivda are deep fried and that too separately. But to do that, you need much more oil to work with. We are not going to deep fry anything. We'll fry everything one after the other in just this small amount of oil, which is why the heat will have to be on low to medium-low throughout. We'll start with frying 3/4 of a cup of peanuts because of all the ingredients, peanuts need the most roasting time. We'll roast these till they're just around 70% done because we'll be adding in the other ingredients too and continue with the roasting, and the peanuts will continue to fry along with the other ingredients. So don't fry them for more than around 2.5 minutes. Once they start crackling and cracking open, immediately add in 1/3 of a cup or 5 tablespoons of cashew nut halves, 1/3 cup of sliced almonds, and 3 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. Something that's optional. I'm adding them because I have them at home. Actually, This is a customizable recipe and you can add your own preferred mix of nuts. The moment the peanuts are partly cooked, we have to act fast because we don't want them to burn. Quickly add in a quarter cup of raisins. Fry everything for less than a minute. Then create some space in the center and add in around 30 to 40 roughly cut curry leaves and 3 chopped green chilies. When the chilies start changing color, quickly mix everything and turn off the heat. And then add in the spice mix. Mix everything well. And then it will be time to add in the roasted poha. Turn on the heat again and once again setting it to low, roast the chivda for just a couple of minutes. And then transfer it to a parat to cool. Oh, I just remembered. I left out one ingredient by mistake, roasted gram. But no harm done. We'll add it now. You could also add roasted gram dal instead, but I prefer whole gram. So from the oil I had reserved, I'll now add around 1 teaspoon to the wok with the heat on low and then add in the roasted gram. That's 1/3 cup. We have to saute this for barely a minute since it is already roasted. And then add it to the chivda. Actually, there's one more ingredient that you could add. Thin slices of dried coconut, something I'm not very fond of, though most people like them in their chivda. If you want to add dried coconut slices, then fry them in the hot oil on low heat right at the beginning, before frying the peanuts. Once they change color and get fried in around a couple of minutes, remove them to an absorbent paper towel and then move on to the peanuts. Like I said, you can customize a chivda recipe to your taste. Once the chivda cools to room temperature, you can store it in airtight containers like this one. When stored well, the chivda will stay crisp for a month or more. Do make this crunchy, delicious Poha Chivda. You'll really love it. I've shared my recipe with you, and if you liked it, please share my video with others too, okay? This is a classic Diwali treat, but made without any deep frying, and you love the taste. And even if you've made Poha Chivda before, do try my recipe and see how I make it, at least once, so that you'll know the difference. Before I sign off, a request to please give my video a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And here's wishing one and all a joyful festival of lights. Till we meet again in my next video, happy cooking and happy Diwali!